Welcome to Somewhat Awesome Films. I'm Jared, and I'm joined here today with Stacey.
Hello.
And you remember, it's a girl.
It's a girl. It's
a
a girl.
It really is a girl. Or it could be a man with a girly voice. But no, it's not. This is what Stacey looks like. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Stacey.
Cool. Hey.
You don't want to see a photo of me. So today we're going to be reviewing Jack the Giant Slayer, the movie, if you want to call it that. Or you could call it the piece of shit.
It was pretty hard to get through.
Yeah.
It was very boring.
However, we discovered afterwards that it is PG-13, so it is a family movie.
But having said that, there are plenty of PG-13 films that have been made that are very entertaining for adults and kind of...
Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
that
Finding
was one
Nemo.
of them.
They found him
Shrek.
too.
Jack the, what was it called? Wreck-It Ralph. I'm not even saying Jack. That's what I'm reviewing now.
Jack
Wreck-It
the
Ralph.
Giant
That was
Slayer?
good. They're all PG-13. This was a crap PG-13 movie, unfortunately. So anyway, it was directed by Bryan Singer, and all I know that he's done is Valkyrie. That's all I know that he's directed. So
you should stick to maybe just adult films then.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that was a pretty crap movie as well, but it had a little bit of decent cast in it, which has had Nicholas Hoult, who was the guy from X-Men First Class. He played Beast, and he is Jack in this film. And that's pretty much all that's worth knowing.
One of my favourite guys, Ian McShane, he was in there. But you know what? It just goes to show that no matter how good a cast you have, you can't make a piece of shit good.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor was in this one as well, but then he was also crap in Star Wars, and he was crap in this too. But why was this movie crap? I guess we should go into that. So it was like Jack and the Beanstalk kind of story, but they sort of tried to make it real life, where Jack was a peasant and still got his beans in some certain way, and then Beanstalk
I feel like they've just been pumping out all these fairy tales from back when we were children, and they're all coming out now, and they're all doing the same thing, like giving it a dark side and everything.
Trying to be realistic.
Yeah, trying to be realistic, but I think with this one, I mean, it was like they were trying to fit too much into this film, that it was just bang, 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 and you couldn't empathise with anyone, you didn't care about anyone, and it was very dramatic. And
they just threw in a really weak love story with Jack and another chick called Isabel, which was like a princess.
Yeah.
Which was bad.
Predictable, I think, even for children. I think children are smarter than this. It maybe 5-year-olds might like it. But I think they killed off people way too quickly, and I think that they really played upon the fact that people die in this movie, and they really tried to rely on that to get them through.
But they're pretty crappy deaths, though. They weren't that great. The giants were pretty good. Like, I didn't mind the CG of the giants. Like, I thought they were okay, but and the voices of them, they were good. Giants were fine. Everyone else was crap. And it just felt like it should have been a TV show. It felt like it should have been a mini-series or something. And even then, I wouldn't have liked it that much. But
so halfway through, I start looking at my watch and I'm like, okay, it should be ending now. There must be a sequel coming up. But no, they finished the sequel in that first movie and it just went too long. It was just wrong. They should have cut out half of it. They could have cut out half of it easily.
Oh, yeah, they could have.
Most of the people they killed at the start, they could have just not had them and not bothered killing them, and it would have been better.
Yeah. And then I think Nicholas Hoult, as good as he was in X-Men, he just, I don't know, he looked too neat. He looked too good-looking. I'm not, like, homosexual.
He did not
or anything,
look good-looking at all.
He just looked too neat and nice, and he had no blemishes on his face.
No, his hair was all wrong. But
that's
not really
that's
not really much to do with the movie.
Well, this is why it pissed me off. I'm allowed to
his hair was all kinds of wrong.
Like,
I could not look at him and go,
nice.
Baby.
And Ewan McGregor played Elmont, who was he was like the general, I think, or the King's Guard or whatever the shit he was, but some general. But he was like badass army guy. But even then, he just seemed like clumsy and stupid and shit. And then Stanley Tucci was like the bad guy, Roderick, and he was trying to get hold of a crown which controlled the giants, so then he could bring the giants down and then take over the kingdom.
They didn't really justify the meaning of that crown. It just kind of was like, this is the crown that controls a whole race of people. We're not going to give a backstory to this, but we'll give a backstory.
They gave a little bit of a backstory, but it was pretty crappy.
I mustn't have realised.
You must have been
looking at my watch.
They made the crown out of like a heart of a giant.
Oh, that's right, they did.
Yeah.
Oh,
but even then it was just shit. Like, so the bad guy just got hold of this crown and controlled the giants, and then you knew straight away. It's like, so in the end, Jack's going to get hold of that crown. And
you know what? They did start
that
it
was
off.
A spoiler, by the way. Sorry, should have turned that off. I don't care. I really don't care about spoiling this movie to anyone.
Oh, I don't think it's nothing you wouldn't already know. Like, it's the typical ending to a typical story, and they try and trick you along the way, but obviously, like, it's got the same routine, but it's just more boring than others. That's all.
Yeah. So don't bother going to go see it. If you don't, unless you really, really, really want to. Kids would like it though, I think.
Yeah, I think, you know what, yeah, they would, but there's better things to show them. If you're going to give them a good education in films, don't take them.
Yeah, take them to the news or something.
Don't take them to the
Show
news.
them the news, maybe.
Show them a Pixar story or something.
So I'm going to give this a 5. I'm going to give this...
Out of how many?
10. Out of 10.
Out of 10, jeez. I'm going to go with a 4.
You're going with  4?
Yeah.
Average. So
it's
yeah,
painful.
We're going to have sushi now because we can't be bothered talking anymore about this stuff.